Ebro in the morning's the show. That's Laura. She's mad at me.
He's just annoying. He's very inappropriate.
Man,
What'd you do, man?
we just got back from the Thanksgiving holiday, man. I'm thankful. I don't know why y'all say I'm positive vibes. Rosenberg, how you feeling?
I'm great.
I like your shirt. Shout to the rest in peace to the mayor of D.C.
Mayor for life. Not a lot of people know how great a mayor Marion Barry was. So
Yeah. They try to slander him because of the whole crack incident.
And if you want to really know how people thought of him, you go read the Washington Post obituary where they give him like 7,000 words, so you can understand how big a deal it is.
And our guest today.
He's much like Mayor Barry.
Not at all. However, a nice guy nonetheless. No crack.
No crack.
Never even. Yo,
No
Maino's here. Give it up for him.
Maino! That's
What's up?
Now, Maino,
Maino.
question,
What's
since we're
happening?
on the crack,
Yes.
and you're from Brooklyn, and you're wearing the crown.
Yes, indeed.
Which was handed down by...
Yes, B.I.G.
That's what you going with? That's what you going with?
I got to own who I am.
I
baby.
mean, it is.
what it is.
It is
We
what
all
it is.
kings,
But
though, you
crack
understand?
was never your thing.
Smoking?
No. You've never been a part of that drug selling life.
Yes, indeed.
You really?
Yes, indeed.
Why would
Nah,
you assume
very
that he was
much so.
not?
Well, because I thought you went to prison for a different reason.
Well, yes, but still.
Yeah, but it was all revolves around getting
was
money.
all in that.
And all
Oh,
it's
okay.
drugs. I went to prison for drug related kidnapping.
Right. Oh, it's drug related kidnapping.
Right. That was only about drugs. And
Got
money.
it.
It wasn't about nothing else. You know, so I mean, I grew up in an era when that was the thing to do. Like that's how we
money.
hustled. That's how we ate. You understand? It's different now.
And you know, related to the Marion Barry thing, a mayor who did do crack at the time. Well, no. Because at the time, a lot of people don't remember. Crack was like a club drug. Before people knew you could die from it, it was like, yo, you tried that crack in the club?
Know if
Like
people that's just what I don't understand. There's people that I don't know if people actually die from crack. It's
What
people
do you
that I know
mean?
that was smoking years ago that's still smoking now.
That's a good point.
Do you actually die from crack? They said
don't
crack
know.
kills. I ain't seen nobody die yet.
It's a good point.
I ain't seen nobody die yet.
The crack game leads to murders.
Right,
and death.
it leads to
Oh.
death. And other, I think that what they was trying to say was
All right.
crack
I'm pretty sure
leads
some
to other
people have
things
died.
that
course.
may lead to death. But I don't know if crack kills.
because you say
man.
some crackheads survived.
A long time.
They out there.
60
They
years
out
old.
there. They out there. Ebro, the crackheads that was smoking in the 80s is still home.
They're still smoking crack.
True.
They
It's
still
real.
home.
It's
They
real what
they
you're
still
saying.
there, going strong.
It's real what you're saying.
Yes.
Maybe the level of addiction in the crack was high, so it was like a couple of hits, you was gone. That was it.
Yeah, they said it's like you try to chase the same high. That's what they said it was like. My father was a crackhead, was a crack fiend
Yeah.
at that time back when I was growing up, and I had learned much about it back then. You know, growing up because it was in my house. You know, you come home, the TV going and stuff like that, and the VCR going, like it was real. You understand? So what they said
Did
was
your dad ever steal anything from you?
never, and he never stole nothing that he never bought.
Okay.
He stole his
So-
own stuff.
Right, so you know he furnished the household, but then when it was when it got
Slang
bad,
it
it was gone. Like you understand? You come home from school,
Yeah.
that TV going to
Gone.
the big TV.
Yeah, don't
Ma.
worry, I'm gonna get it back for you.
You know, but they said they tried to chase the initial high, that first high. It was like
You can't ever get it again.
Like being
Now-
on the moon.
now-
I
that-
hear that's what most drug addicts do. Besides
Some
crack.
things are more intense than others.
But hold on, but real quick, but you are right. So I want to say this. Mayor Barry, for example, when you hear the word crack, you instantly think crackhead. No, Marion Barry was caught in a hotel with some chicks
Getting high.
He wasn't a raving, roaming the streets crack fiend.
Scratching it.
Nah, he was just wilding out, and he did some crack.
He's a
But when we-
functioning crack addict.
but I don't even know if it was addict or whether he was
Well,
just partying.
was it the first time he did it?
I don't know.
I doubt-
I wasn't there
Probably
with
not.
I
him.
doubt that. We here with that. Probably not.
No,
I
they
doubt
happened
that.
to get him on
No,
video the one time he did
that
it.
one time.
Now, Maino, the last time we saw you, you had to have a conversation with Rosenberg. He was living a life that he was not about.
Yes,
and
I
you've
had
had
to-
this conversation with
Yeah.
several people. Your resume is long about
Yeah.
real talk that you've
Yeah.
had
Real-
with rappers. Rosenberg.
Pretty much. Yeah. My guy living a life that he wasn't.
What was this life?
You know, being out there. He said he was out there with women.
I was in
You
the
know,
club. I was like, I'm in the club.
No.
I could have
we're
told
not.
you that, Maino.
No, I didn't know. It was revealed to me right here on this show.
Ebro in the morning.
It was revealed to me on this show.
So what happened?
He's not out there.
No, he told me, he said, Rosenberg, you know you roll. You're square. You ain't got this.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You ain't about
Nothing
this
wrong
life.
with that. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
And I said,
that's
you're
the life
right.
you live. That's part of the problem. Too many people trying to jump in roles that's not there.
You're right. And so I went home. I just went regular me.
Now, Maino, you yourself your image is mired by a life that you don't even want to be a part of your image anymore.
You know,
Like I hate, like for instance, if we were to go through the music that you've made,
right,
right,
right.
a lot of the music that you made is positive and it's uplifting.
Right.
And the reason I bring that up is because obviously we hear a lot of music from people who is about that lifestyle, that street lifestyle.
Right.
And a lot of times it's fraudulent.
Right.
It's people who ain't really about that, and they want to act as if.
Indeed.
You are the other way. You're like, yo, fam, I did that. I served my time, and I want to be somebody else.
You know, the thing about it is, I'm walking, living, breathing inspiration for the hood. You understand? For people that live a certain type of lifestyle, they know I was there. I'm so connected to the street and to the underworld that this is why I wear the crown, because I'm who's the best that ever did it, coming from that type of lifestyle than me. You understand? I wake up every day, I see a platinum plaque on my wall. I wasn't supposed to be here, bro. Yeah. So even in the music, because dudes that's really in the street don't really want to be there. Nope. You understand? So that's a misconception. Like anybody that I know that's really there, really looking for a way out. You understand? So I'm living, breathing inspiration, and a lot of times in my music, I express that. My new song is called Dreamer, and that's what that's about. Number 3 added record in the country. Yeah. That's what that's about. It's about having dreams and trying to come up, because we all come from a dark place, a lot of us, and we trying to go somewhere. So this is what it's about.
Now, in your time making music, you've seen a transition too, right? Like with the young people.
Indeed.
Where do you feel like young people are in a different place where they look at that hard rock lifestyle and they're like, if you live it, yeah, but really, like when we was having a conversation about social media and how social media has helped the kid in the hood see a different world,
right,
and be exposed to different people, and like whether you was a nerd and you was in the hood, or whether you was like trying to be in school all the time, or you was trying to skateboard, you just happen to live in the hood. Now you can find people like yourself, around the world on social media. Have you seen a change in Brooklyn?
It all depends. It all depends. It depends on the upbringing of the children, because you look at young dudes like the Shmoney, nothing but gangster.
Yeah.
And that's young. GS9, and it's nothing but gangster.
But they having fun.
They having fun, but the content,
dancing.
The content is still hard. It's very hard. You understand? So I think it depends on the upbringing of the child, actually, and where he's at, because my child is not a street dude. Mm-hmm. You understand?
And you have a son, how old?
He's 12 years old.
Okay.
You understand? And I'm not raising him in that fashion. So it all depends on the experiences of the parents and the experiences of the children, because most dudes that's in the street don't really want their kids to be that way. You understand? So we push our kids to do something different, because we already been
and
here.
You didn't put in all this work and serve all this time just so you could repeat the cycle.
Exactly. We've been shooting and getting money and chasing after opportunities and going to jail and coming home and doing all the things that we do so that we can raise our children in a better way. We want them to be better than us. So I think with the social media, it's a gift and a curse, because kids can get lost into that. Into the social media of perception and lies, and fun, and then it could be learning also. So it depends.
If your kid wanted to be a rapper, would you support him?
I push him to do things to be greater. I push him to be
greater. But if that's what he
wanted
to do,
if that's what he absolutely wanted to do, and he came into his own, and that was what he wanted to do, and he was good at it, then maybe we would have to consider that. But right now.
So you would tell him, you're not that good. I don't know.
I'm cracking that whip for some better things. You understand? See, rap for me was different, because I was coming from 2 felonies. I was coming from prison. I was coming from the street directly. So it was like, man, we could get into rap. We could do that. Like, that's music business became the dream for street dudes.
It was the hustle.
It was the hustle.
It was a legal hustle.
It was a legal hustle, and it was easy, because why not get into a field where your lifestyle is being glorified anyway? And so it's like, all I got to do is work hard, because I came in the game like, man, I ain't no rapper, but listen, we gonna hustle hard, and we gonna make it happen. And that was
I used to talk to Maino for 3 hours standing outside his radio station. What year was that? 2000?
Yeah, we talking about 2003, 2004. Yep, 2004.
Before you went away.
No, he just came home. 2 weeks.
I came home in 2003, so I was right on it. I was right up here.
He was like, yo, man, I got to make these records. I can't live that life no more. And we used to talk about making music.
And we used to talk about making music, and then we used to talk, you probably don't remember, you used to school me about certain things, about numbers, when the PPM meter came out.
Yeah, ratings and how it worked, research.
And let me tell you, like, you gave me insight on a lot of things that other artists don't take into consideration as far as like how your record is doing, and it like I know radio, like the difference between when you research you get that bad batch, you at the bottom of that batch, it hurt.
You get hurt,
you know. But you held me down a lot of times when I was in that situation. You understand? And I never forget that, because those situations in other stations, sometimes you out of there.
Yeah, they done.
You know, you done.
Well, I think at Hot 97 we always pride ourselves on trying to give hope to young people.
Right,
I mean, even the Bobby Shmurda thing, right? He had a movement, Brooklyn,
indeed,
and then the DJ started hitting it, and then
that's right.
Time took
Shmoney
its time.
Dance on the Shmushy Schmo.
Shmoney Dance on the Shmushy Schmo. We here. We hearing that.
That's that.
There's a new kid. What's the kid, man? They got a little movement. Family. Fame School.
Fame School.
Manolo Rose.
Shout out to Manolo Rose.
Run, you know? Ricky Run.
Shout out to Tax Stone, because they definitely. And we seeing a difference in how music is broken now.
Yep.
We seeing music being broken, not really
the Vine, the Instagram,
on the
YouTube,
internet,
on the internet,
social media.
That's the new club.
Indeed.
You know, because in New York City you don't really have one gathering location party. You know, it used to be the Tunnel. Everybody went to the Tunnel on a certain night. That's where they got exposed to records, and boom. Now it's the strip club sometimes and the internet, digital. That's it.
Even though everything you're saying is so valid, it's
annoying.
I can't wait for I just can't wait for the era to be over where it's still new and needs to be talked about.
What you mean?
In every world, meaning everyone's like, you know what the new thing is? The internet,
social
media.
I
know. Everything's fucking the internet.
Here's what it is. Here's what it is. Back to his first point, right? Because you can't. When a song broke in the club, you could see it.
You could see it.
Right? And it was real to you, right? Now with the internet, you don't know what's real. You don't know if them views are real. You don't know if what people are tweeting and saying is really how they feel, or they just want to say something to be a part of it, right? So you're still kind of like, are they fronting? Is it real? And you want to see it happen in a lifestyle type of way, at a party, at a house party, at a club, you want to see real living people, not some Twitter feed full of promotion.
To me, that's the best way. Not to cut you off, is going to the club. Is actually the club, not the club where it's a bunch of your people singing your record, but the fans. When that record come on and you hear
is it real or not?
It's like, okay, this is coming.
But not all music is club music.
No, because you can have a hit and it's not really.
It's never being played.
It's
in the
not
club.
really being.
It's just for like singing along to while you're driving along.
You know what? My biggest song, All the Above, I don't feel like it was a crazy club record.
Nah.
And definitely
radio record.
Right. It definitely wasn't crazy in the clubs, in black clubs. In urban clubs, never.
White clubs ringing.
White clubs ringing. Vegas
T-Pain,
ringing.
woo.
Right. But never in urban clubs. So it all depends.
What was your biggest urban club record? $1 million?
Can you guys stop saying urban? Y'all know I hate urban.
Sorry,
man. I hate that, man.
Maybe I hate it.
Well, but Black Club.
Let It Fly.
That was the biggest one?
Yeah.
Bigger than $1 million too?
They close.
Yeah.
They close.
I'm thinking about giving away $1 million.
Okay, real quick, I had to ask you this question.
What's up?
$1 million appeared in a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, my Dreamer. We trying to track down the NFL now because they just played Dreamer in the NFL.
They did?
Yeah.
They played it on TV?
On a break, yeah.
On a break.
Yeah.
Now, for $1 million, and this is a real question. This is a tough question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch any decent bread for that? Because they used
of course. That was
Swizzy.
all. Yeah. That was all. Yeah, I got.
You still got some
ahead
points.
of time.
You got your points.
No,
so you got your
Of
points.
course I did. Of course, that's my song.
I just don't know how it works.
Yeah, it works. They send you that letter and say we want to use this many seconds for this sync. It's a sync license. And what happens is everybody has to sign off on. Yeah, I'm talking that talk. Everybody has to sign off. And of course, I got that check.
Was it a solid check?
Was it solid? Every time you see me smiling, right?
Okay,
I mean it's good. It's good. You want that record's been in movies like
that record's got used a lot. What about that or all of the above? Which one created more checks? Because all the above was a smash.
All the above. I mean, because you got to think. You know, the record was big on the radio. It did well for me. It went platinum. So it opened up a different, but it went rhythmic. You know what I'm saying? So
for the people out there, rhythmic is like a format of radio between
like
top 40 and quote unquote urban. It's kind of where records move from black radio to white radio.
Right. It's right in between.
That's why, and a lot of people understand that's why Hot 97 is a lot different. It's why we're like the most diverse radio station. We have white people and Spanish people because it's where everybody comes together.
Right.
You see him smiling. He prefers this world.
Exactly. That's that money world.
The money world is not just money.
Breeze, it's different there.
B.
It's different there.
So let's have another. Do you make more money off of those things than you actually make off making an album or a single? I know the answer, but for the people watching, because a lot of people still think the world is make an album, you gonna make some money. Talk about how, as an artist, you go about making money.
The landscape of music changed. It's different right now. What helps me is if I have a record that's a single, and I have some support behind it, like this single that we got now. We did the deal through Phase One Sony Red. Okay. So it's a small machine behind it. You know, number 3 added.
And added means a commitment from radio stations to play the song.
Indeed, over 40 stations is playing the record.
Dope. Okay.
We got 40 stations on the record right now playing it. What happens is the bigger the record gets, the more opportunity.
What do you mean? Clubs, tours,
everything. Clubs, appearances, shows, and then we able to do different things. Your brand is bigger because now I'm not a new artist now. So now, like I just did a deal with a clothing line that already exists. I don't even want nobody to know I have anything to do with it. But the clothing line is already moving, and people wearing the hats, and they don't even know that I have anything to do with it. See, the great part about that is when you have a record and you open it up, then you're able to do different business. You're able to do different things.
So it's not just about the music; it's what they call the alternative revenue.
Yeah, you gotta hustle. You have to hustle. The days of those big industry checks. I mean, at least for my point, I don't see it.
Do you want that?
What, a big industry check?
Do you want a big check from a record label?
Let me answer for Maino. He wants any big check that's available.
Anything.
Well, no, because I hear from artists that, an artist say this all the time. We make fun of in the Dej Loaf song. She says, "I'm independent. I'm not signed to a label." Until that big check happened. Until it happened.
See, but the problem is, even with the majors, the checks is not what they used to be.
But now you got to give up a lot, which is why I asked you.
You got to give up a lot.
Do you really want that?
That's a great question, because now the freedom that I have right now, I feel so good right now. Look at this. You see that, Ebro? Look at that.
Nah, I know.
Yo, listen, I'm telling you, you know me for a long time, and you've been there. Let me tell you, man, I feel so good right now because I'm finally in a zone where I can control what I do. It's different when you're playing with the major.
Yo, and I gotta big you up to the give back that you gave me.
Yeah.
The in the record with Jada when you was going at, what's the rapper? Trinidad James. What was the name of the song?
He didn't remember.
You don't even remember.
Yeah. What happened to my city?
What happened to my the Blame Ebro thing?
Yeah.
I ran with that.
Yeah. And somebody owe me a check for that.
Nah, baby, you don't get nothing from that.
Listen.
What you on my man right here?
Yo, B, you don't get nothing from that.
I get something for that.
Nah, man.
Who do we blame? Do we blame Ebro?
So you got it from him this whole time?
Yeah. So, damn, you've been running with that quite a bit.
Damn.
T-shirt from me.
Yo, t-shirts.
Yo, BlameEbro.com launching New Year's Day.
Blame Ebro. I'm in on that. We got to sit together and talk about how we can.
Hold on, but listen, Ebro, you hear how he didn't ask? He just said, "I'm in on that."
You don't have.
There's no conversation.
Listen, I'm with you. I got you. Listen, have I ever asked you for anything?
Never.
Ever.
And I got a lot of favors from you, though.
This one's mine.
I know that part's true.
He just gave me a deal that I couldn't refuse.
This one's mine.
Ain't no muscle in him.
Hey, no, so what? Just tell him you're gonna let him live with this.
It's okay. I'm gonna let you live with this. It's okay. It's a gift from me to you.
Yo, now, real talk. When you made that song, "What Happened to My City"?
Yeah.
We didn't have a Bobby Shmurda, Troy Ave hadn't pop. We talking about the Manola Rose Kid. That's all just Brooklyn.
Right. Indeed.
That's all just Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Let alone the French Montana's going to another level. Remy Ma's out. Nicki Minaj just got some tied Madonna for the what is it? Most hits on
Hot 100.
Hot 100.
By the way, don't skip over the Joey Badass Pro era, the Action Bronsons.
You're never letting that go, boy. I love that.
A rep from under.
Shout out to them.
Well, because that's a genre of hip hop that we gotta pay attention to, because it's not quote unquote radio hip hop.
But it's real. They're making money.
It's real.
And they tour. It's real tickets being sold.
It's real.
And they go out and they represent
Badass
the
sold
city.
out 2 shows last week at Highline, and one of them, it's 2 nights in a row. People are selling out shows.
But at that time, so how do you feel now about your city?
I feel I got sometimes like a love and hate thing that goes on with me and my city sometimes, because I ride or die. I just felt like it was all of our problem. I just felt like that we needed. It wasn't just radio. And we had this conversation. It was the clubs, it was the fans, it was everybody. The artists had a job to do. The DJs had a job to do. All of us as a city, as a culture, had a job to do. And that was to see that we was breaking new artists. And I think that we starting to get into that place right now where you're seeing a lot of new artists come out of here that's being broken. But I feel good, man. I feel good
overall, you're in a different space.
Overall, I'm in it. This is why we couldn't continue to harp on that. It was something that, and I never did. It was something that we put out there to help create the dialogue, so people could start talking about it and being honest that we did have a problem. Because I had DJs call me, I swear to you, and tell me, yo, listen, you helped me. That song made me think, and I feel like I want to start playing my part a little bit more. So I feel like I help, the culture of my city. So we starting to see a lot of new artists coming out of here that's going national, and that's the game that I like to play. I like to see a new artist come from the city and then play into the national arena.
You guys had that heated. I remember it was like a voicemail that leaked, right, between you and Trinidad James, or a conversation.
Hey man, listen. Listen. Didn't that shut down though? Didn't I shut that down?
I mean, yeah.
I
was gonna ask if you had another conversation afterwards.
Conversation, that's over. Damn. Like, isn't that's like going boom?
I mean, it's true.
That's like that's
you
out
feel
of here,
good
right?
about that?
Not really. Because I don't want to stop a man from eating, but at the end of the day, I was just trying to make a point.
Have you seen him after that?
Never. I was just trying to make a point. It wasn't even me trying to punk him. I was just like, homie, you can't do that in no other city. And I know we got issues. And part of my problem with my city is the fact that we don't get mad at nothing. Because dudes from New York was like going at me.
Like, yo, why you hating?
Right, because it was like, yo, he got a point though. Listen, come on, we ain't gonna get offended at nothing. Dude come here and say F New York and be like, well, he got a point though. So my whole thing to him was, you couldn't do that in no city. You couldn't go to Houston, to Detroit. You couldn't go to Chicago.
You would not get out of it. I agree with that.
You can't go on no stage. First of all, it's etiquette as men. I'm not going to stand on nobody's stage in no hood and say, yo, listen, I used to listen to, to Chicago music, but now we run y'all. What? You ain't gonna make it out of there. Have respect for the city that you come. I've been in every city, every hood in America. So have respect for the place you go.
Or when you go to that place, if you're popping already and you go to that place to make money, reach out to the local individuals making moves there and help them get their thing together. Or you know what I mean? Because that was honestly where this comes from is kind of the street rule, right?
Indeed.
And hip hop, since it's from the street, and I've traveled around a lot, and the first thing you do is you got to go pay respect to the OGs. I'm in your town.
See, this is my
how you doing? This is who I am. Thank you for having me in your town. I'm here rocking a party, doing a show.
Indeed. I
don't want to bump into, and then the second part of that is make sure I don't bump into nobody's chicks, because I don't want that problem either, because these girls be in the club looking at you like it's all good. Meanwhile, their husband is waiting outside. Now I got a problem. So, you know what I mean? You gotta be diplomatic, and you have to know how to move.
We don't have that here, though. Not to cut you off. We don't have that here. We don't have that element here. See, Instagram and all this make everything seem like it's all good.
Well, it's also fun. Manhattan makes it easy for individuals to come to town.
It's an entertainment. It's like Hollywood.
We don't have that here, and I'm of understanding enough to know that this is not the era for that. Like nobody's checking in. Nobody's checking in with the homies. Nobody's. We don't have that, and I'm not even pumping that. I'm just saying, when you come, just have a little respect. That's it. Because better be because when I come, I got respect for every city, every man. I respect dudes just because they stand up dudes. They ain't got to be gangsters, just honest with who they are. So come to my city and have that same respect, because I feel like if I was at that show, we would have probably dragged them off the stage.
And that would have been bad for your career. That would have been bad for your money. To keep it real,
I would have had to though.
Yeah, I know, but that's not good.
It's
it would have put you in a compromising.
I would have had to though. Breeze, I would have had to.
I know,
but I would have at least maybe egged him,
just tripped him when he was on stage.
Tomatoes or something. I would have had to.
For the record, I like Trinidad James. I feel that it's a bummer that I think he mishandled a bunch of things, including that, and it's sort of a shame because we don't know now whether he'll get another chance. And he does have things to say, and he's a talented dude. That said, I don't disagree with Maino. The fact is, you would have felt completely differently had a New Yorker stood up in New York and said that. That's one thing.
That's the rule.
Different.
I can talk shit about my family.
In my own house.
Right.
You're not coming to my house and telling me and judging me about my house. Now, yo, listen, for the record, I don't dislike that dude. I enjoy this music like everybody. Gold on my neck.
Yeah.
Like I'm like everybody else. It's not about dislike. It's about respect. It's all about right and wrong. It's all about etiquette. It's all about, listen, homie, I'm just pulling you up. That's all. I'm just pulling you up.
Maino's here. Thank you for always being a great interview.
Hey, man, KOB2 in stores right now.
It's on sale now.
Yeah.
The song is doing very well.
Thank you.
Before we let you go, there was a woman controversy you had.
Oh
that
yeah,
was
with that porn star
side.
who was claiming that you punched her, you hit her
and
outside a club.
She really did, didn't she? She said that.
Yeah, I mean,
but we know that that's not true.
That was the headline. What happened? What exactly happened?
What happened was nothing, and I can't even really go into the whole thing. But what I will say is that soon as it's all the way over with, I'm gonna come back up here and I'm gonna really go in.
So it's made you spend money. This allegation has made you spend money on attorneys, and you have to.
Yes, because what I learned in the last 30 days is that even if you had no contact with a person, as long as there's an allegation made, you have to at least go through the process.
Oh my
so
gosh!
The
that's
thing
crazy.
is, it's already out though. Like we already sent them the footage. It's already out. They already reported that she told them 4 different stories.
But you're still waiting for it to close.
I'm still waiting. Yeah, and we gonna get that any day.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Wait, Laura Styles, what? So what was the allegation? That she's a stripper? Is that the deal?
I mean, no, she's a porn star.
Okay.
Can I say her name?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's out there.
He's not allowed to tell you not to say her name. But,
No. But
I would do what he says. But
Okay. So she's a porn star, and I think because this happened a while ago. I think they were in his truck allegedly, and they had a deal where they were supposed to go shmoney dance on the shmushy home.
Oh, he was gonna shmoney dance on the shmushy shmoney?
And she was like, "No, you got to wine and dine me first." Now this is what the blogs are saying,
right.
and he was like, "Well, that's not our deal," and she got irate and. Then they got physical.
Yeah,
that's the allegation.
That's the allegation.
That's the
and
allegation.
You know what though? You know it's so bad though because people say they look at me and they look at my past. They look at how I talk and what I've been in. They say, yeah, he probably did it. You know, all my life, if I ever got accused of something, I'm usually at least 30% guilty. I've never in my life been 100% innocent until now.
Wow.
100% innocent. I went through the whole situation like this.
Is it a crazy feeling? It's a crazy feeling.
It felt like I need to do something to make me feel better while I'm waiting here for these 8 hours to go through this process because I've never been this innocent in my life. Could you believe this?
Now let me ask you something. And domestic violence is a hot topic.
Indeed.
Have you ever put your hands on one?
No.
Now I have a theory.
Yeah.
About men who are nice with their hands and been in fights in real life. With
Right.
Grown men.
Right.
And I don't believe those type of men generally, there's exceptions. Generally are abusive towards a weaker individual.
No.
A physically weaker individual.
Physically weaker individual.
Right.
Just because you already know, like when somebody speaks, you be like, you're not
Indeed.
trying to really.
And my problem's always been with men. Always. Like you look at my history, you punch it up. Only with men.
Right.
I only have problems with men. Because I don't mind having a problem with men if that's what the
dynamic thing
is
what it calls for. Yeah.
If that's what it is, then that's what it is, then that's what we do. But I've never been this innocent in my life.
So you've never had a problem with a crazy ex or anything like that? Not where it got to this serious.
What do you mean, like her attacking me?
Yeah.
I've been attacked
by a woman.
Of course. Every man in life.
Anyone who slings their schlob as much as this guy has is going to be attacked.
Have you been attacked by
lightweight full Nelson bear hug?
Yeah, a hold.
A hold, nice little bear
hold.
hug.
Okay.
A grip.
Okay.
A grip. Light grip.
Just calm down.
Yeah, nothing to run to the authorities about.
Okay.
You understand?
Well, listen, man. Come back to us and let us know how this thing plays out because we want to know more detail. And I want for you.
Yes.
You and anyone watching me, these thoughts and these scallywags and sluts out there, it's traps. God. They're traps, man. Yeah. And there's a lot of women who if you want to take them out and have a nice time, you can have that without all the other stuff of them trying to be famous or trying to use you to get a check. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move a little bit more carefully.
We gotta. No, this is a lesson. Listen, he just dropped.
I'm listening.
Let me expound on that.
Expound.
He just dropped some knowledge on me just now.
What did he say? That was so.
That was knowledge, man. Listen, and you know what? That's what it is. We gotta start thinking about the people that we allow around us. And you know it's crazy, the person wasn't even around me for 2 minutes. But it's whatever. I'll let you know the whole story when it's all the way done, and I ain't got to worry about the DA watching and listening.
Because just like with anything else, anything that you can have quickly and easily ain't necessarily worth having.
Right. And by the way, it's all advertised on Instagram. You could see the person's resume is on their
notice
Instagram.
I said necessarily worth having.
Right. But usually, and if it walks like a duck, and it talks like a duck, it's probably a duck. 9 times out of 10, it's a fucking duck.
I don't think she was hiding the fact that she's a duck.
Oh, quack, quack. I see what you're doing.